What's up, all my stock market investors? It is Shadai, and I'm back again with another Cash App investing video. And today I'm going to do a deep dive into one company to see if it is worth investing in the stock. There's just so many choices. What should I decide? Verizon Wireless is today's winner. For those of you who don't know, they're part of the telecommunications industry. They're pretty much a conglomerate. They're a really big company. They have a fairly new CEO, Mr. Hands. I think he got on board in 2018. And the reason why I have picked them is because they are mainly a wireless business company. And, obviously, communications is a huge thing. I really don't see us losing communication as far as cell phones, through these rough times. And 70% of their income comes from their wireless business. So, as far as like Comcast and Altice, which I've spoken about Altice, they have more connections with businesses. Like Comcast has a lot of Comcast business, and you know, businesses and small businesses are getting super slammed right now. So that can majorly affect them. But Verizon Wireless doesn't really have that issue. So they can definitely be a recession-proof stock. And let's break down why. Let's look at the details. Invest your money into this company over a quarter, over multiple quarters. You will receive a payment of 4.6% on what you have invested, which is not bad, especially for a recession type of proof stock. And they are trading fairly close to their 52-week low. Their 52-week low is at $48. Their 52-week high is 62, and they're right around 53 at the moment as I make this video. So, I mean, that's telling me that there's still some room for growth, and that, maybe they're trading at a fairly cheap price, right? I highly doubt we'll get away from wireless. That is our main source of communication and entertainment right now. One of the recent Goldman Sachs reports from one of their analysts, he put Verizon above Comcast and Altice, mainly because Verizon has, their main source of income coming from wireless. And I just don't think that we're gonna get away from wireless. I think at this point, the phones is all we have left. So if we get away from wireless, uh, give us more statistics. All right. Let's talk about the PE ratio, the price earnings ratio, which is a ratio of the company's share price to the company's earnings per share, and it's usually used to see whether a company is being overvalued or undervalued. And they say that a lower PE ratio is good. A higher PE ratio usually means that something is overvalued, right? And Verizon's PE ratio is around $11 compared to their industry, which is $65. So huge gap, right? Huge gap, and I'm sure that that's ranges and mediums, but that would mean that Verizon would be technically sort of undervalued at the moment, and they could soar. They have a good balance sheet, which is always good. They have a good balance sheet. Their business model is fairly good right now because, like I said before, people are going to continue to use cell phones, and that's their main focus. Comcast kind of veered off and started doing a lot of business, which I'm sure was great for their company, but I'm sure that that's coming back to bite them right now because, who knows, businesses might be getting rid of services, um, shutting down completely. Who knows? There's going to be tons of long-term effects to all this lockdown and social distances that Verizon may not feel because they, stayed focused on wireless. Let's see what Verizon is doing in the news, right? Because I always say perception really does help some of these companies, especially when it comes to the stock market. Verizon is given all of its wireless users an extra 15 gigabytes of data during the pandemic. I think people are gonna love it. Our people people are gonna love the extra data, and I think it's also a mind trick too because it gets people used to having that extra data if they didn't have it before. So when the pandemic is over, if someone can afford that extra data that they have been getting so used to, they're probably going to add it to their plan. And I wouldn't be surprised if Verizon makes this new plan with this, extra 15 gigs tied in, or maybe they might do a 20 gig. They might even bump it up. Who knows? But I think this is good for the company. Anytime a company gives out free things during bad times, it's a good look for the company. The consumers get to enjoy, the customers get to enjoy. The only problem is it's kind of like a little mind game that they play, but it's always good. It's a good sign. It's a good headline for the company, and it just shows that they're trying to help out whatever way they can. It's balance sheet time. It's balance sheet time. Now, I'm not going to go full into detail into the balance sheet, but I just want you guys to be able to see, you guys and gals, to be able to see what the details of their balance sheet is. Now, let's take a look. Verizon has grown over the last few years for sure, which is always good because it'll really show you how they, pan out this year. Will this rock their boat? Will they continue some sort of growth? They're around 3.8 million in cash right now. And, they have some investment growth and investment opportunities, which is always good. Accounts receivable is looking good. They've had some accounts receivable growth, which it's not as high as before, but it's still good. And hopefully that continues to grow for them. Their accounts receivable turnover has went down. Hopefully that continues to go down. Now let's check the goods, right? The liabilities. We always want to know about the liabilities. Short-term debt, 3.2 million. Current portion of long-term debt, 10 million. Accounts payable growth, which is really good, right? They've grown over the years as far as being able to pay their bills better, I guess, would be the terms. But this is a pretty decent looking, strong looking balance sheet. If everything continues, if people continue to get more wireless services or bump up their data or make their phones faster or upgrade their phones, or that's all going to be good for Verizon Wireless. And like I said in the beginning, I don't think that telecommunications will be negatively affected, because I know one thing, that people will probably pay for their phone before they pay for other things as well, because we've just gotten so used to the phone that to just completely take that out, like the TV. That's the thing with Comcast. There's a lot of cord cutting happening, and they don't have that wireless communication business model like Verizon does. So Comcast they can get hit multiple ways, right? They can get hit through cord cutting. They can get hit through the businesses not being up and using their services like before. So that's like two major hits. That's like a uppercut and a right hook that Comcast is looking to get hit with. When 5G rolls around, they're on it, and it's out of here. Faster phones, faster everything. That's what people are gonna want, right? That's boosting sales if they have to sell new phones with new chips and new. It's only a matter of time. I mean, maybe they'll be able to integrate it somehow with an upgrade into your phone, but if they make people get all new phones, it's over. It's out of here, all right? So Verizon Wireless, make sure you check them out when you get a chance. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video because it puts a nice little smile on my face. And I know y'all like to see me smile, right? So Verizon Wireless, I think, me personally, is a buy. They're undervalued right now. Not by a lot, but they're undervalued, and I will be putting them on my watch list. It's up to you to decide. Let me know in the comments what you think. Do you think that enough evidence was uh, prevented? Do you think enough evidence was presented to put Verizon Wireless on your watch list or even to buy Verizon Wireless? Let me know in the comments what you think. I appreciate everybody for watching. Hope you have an amazing day and just stay safe, y'all. Peace.